Hello, and welcome to A Lady Well Traveled. I'm your host and creator, Shannon Bednarova, and I'm delighted that you've joined me today. If this is your first time tuning into the podcast, it's my pleasure to have you listen to me, my guests, and our discussions, which are designed to help you transform your travel into more meaningful experiences that you'll remember for a lifetime. Today, I'm going to be going solo, and I want to do a review of the website, which is called Vacations to Go. Now, first, let me state that I have no commercial relationship with Vacations to Go whatsoever. I've not been solicited to give this review by anyone employed by Vacations to Go, nor am I being compensated in any way by Vacations to Go or Norwegian Cruise Lines or any affiliated company for this review. Now that I've gotten all that out of the way, let's go ahead and dive in. If you've ever been to the Vacations to Go website, this may be news that you already know, but if you haven't, you really should. It's vacationstogo.com. Vacations to Go is all one word. .com. And it's marketed as a discounted cruise and vacation finder website, and it really offers a wonderful and user-friendly search experience for a traveler who's looking for any kind of cruise, really of any length, any cost, and any quality rating to pretty much anywhere in the world. It also offers you the option to search by cruise line, individual ship ratings and quality from 6 stars as the highest to 1 being the lowest. You can search by departure ports in anywhere in the world, different types of itineraries, cruise destinations, and even specialty cruises like singles cruises, seniors cruises, themed cruises like Roaring Twenties or Quilters cruises, or cruises that are just for people who love movies, for example. There are even world cruises and honeymoon cruises, and that's just to name a few. The options are pretty much limitless. This site also provides a review of all the cruise lines and the individual ships, as well as the cruise port, so that you can make informed decisions about the line, the ship, and the ports that you choose for your vacation. Most importantly, for many of us, I think the retail or brochure prices of the cruise are listed. And then beside that is listed the discounted Vacations to Go price. And that's really important. And this is where the goodies are, because these prices are discounted usually about 10 to 45% or more. And then Vacations to Go will often have sales where the discounts for specific cruise lines are significantly more, so it pays to subscribe to their email alerts so that you don't miss a deal when you're ready to travel. Now, all of this, of course, sounds really, really good, but I haven't even gotten to the best part about this website. That's called the 90-day ticker, 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 and it's located in the upper left corner of the web page, and that's really where the magic happens. Now, if you know you're in the market for a cruise and you're flexible with your travel dates, you know where you want to go and for how long and what you want to spend, you need to be monitoring this site pretty much on a regular basis. Because if you are able to leave for your cruise within 90 days, you really may be able to get discounts anywhere from 50 to 90% off of retail or the brochure price. And that's pretty darn incredible if you ask me. Now, I've taken advantage of the 90-day ticker multiple times, and I've realized great savings on cruises. But I want to tell you about my most recent experience with Vacations to Go and the 90-day ticker, because it really made a difference in my travel. Now, the story goes, I was looking for a luxury cruise as a gift for my married friends as a thank you for their love and support, and also as a birthday gift for my best friend, who is the wife of this couple. I'd been monitoring the 90-day ticker for a month or two, and suddenly a cruise became available that I thought would work. I wanted a cruise to the Caribbean, but not the Bahamas. I wanted it to be around a week in length, one that had good diving, snorkeling, and one that would leave from a port in Florida. I had to check with the husband of the couple to see if he could leave his business during the cruise dates. So I was able to get a little feedback from him about things before I made a decision, but I was trying to keep this a surprise as much as possible. Meanwhile, it was determined that wherever I was sending my friends on this trip, I would also need to accompany them so we could all have a great time together. Hey, that's always fun. And ends up I'd be going on this trip with them. Now, because I needed more information that I was able to glean from the Vacations to Go website, I shot an email to them on their website, of course, asking for assistance. Soon, I got an email from a very helpful rep whose name was Hamilton Hamilton. I kid you not, that was his name. And he contacted me, and we had several conversations by email and then by phone. We talked extensively about what I wanted in a cruise, and we discussed a few options that weren't exactly the right fit. But the next thing you know, he called me and he was able to find me a fantastic deal on Norwegian Cruise Lines on the ship called the Encore. Now, my first instinct was to go, meh, Norwegian. But then Hamilton told me that the ship had a special section called the Haven, which was like a private enclave for a small number of passengers. I'm a pretty seasoned cruiser with dozens of cruises under my belt, and I've cruised on all the mainstream lines like Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, and Celestial. I've cruised on some smaller lines like Renaissance that don't even exist anymore. I've sworn off most of those lines because they're typically cattle call cruises. Just too many people, too much standing in line, all of that type of thing. I prefer nowadays that I'm older to pay a little bit more to deal with only a few passengers. Better service, smaller ships, better food. You get the picture. And my favorite lines have become Silver Sea Cruise Lines and Regent. So my interest was quite piqued when Hamilton Hamilton informed me about this luxury experience on what I considered to be a non-luxury cruise line. He was telling me he had a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom suite with a balcony, and it was in the Haven, and it would be perfect for my needs. The Haven also had a private dining room that was exclusive only to folks who were in the Haven, a private elevator to excursions so that you didn't have to wait for elevators along with all the other passengers. It also had a private enclosed pool, sun decks, private bars and lounges, and totally private floors, which were only accessible to Haven passengers, of which there were only several hundred. There were also tons of included bennies, including afternoon canapes in your room daily that were delivered by your butler, a cocktail party with the captain and the ship's officers, room credits to use for excursions or spa treatments, 3 included specialty restaurant dinners for 2, discounted adult beverage packages. The list goes on and on. So, what's so fantastic about all of this was that he was able to get me a really great price for the 3 of us on very short notice. Considering everything I had been told, I weighed the options. This is a big non luxury ship compared to the smaller luxury ships that I'm used to. The smaller luxury ships, you didn't have to tip, you didn't have to sign for drinks, you didn't have to deal with all of that. I decided to roll the dice and take a chance and hope for the best, and that purchasing this sweet package for me and my friends on Norwegian would be a really great thing for all of us. So Easily. I only paid a fourth of what the brochure price for this suite would have been. Again, it was a two-bedroom, two-bathroom luxury cruise suite, and it was a magnificent suite. Hamilton made everything very easy for me, and the experience dealing with vacations to go couldn't have been simpler or more pain-free. Hamilton followed up with me on everything in a timely manner, and he was friendly and professional. I do have one issue I'd like to bring up, though. Hamilton told me that the vacations to go excursions would save me a lot of money versus booking through the cruise ship. Now, for those of you who have cruised before, you know that the cruise ship offers lots and lots of excursions, and sometimes the prices for those excursions can be exorbitant. Sometimes they're reasonable. So I'm a scuba diver and I have a lot of experience booking dive trips at destinations, both through cruise lines and on my own. Now, Hamilton, I have to tell you, there ain't no way, no how that your dive excursions on vacations to go were a better deal than Norwegians were in Roatan, Honduras, or in Cozumel. And I have to say, the quality of Norwegians' dive outings were outstanding. They were also about 20 to 30 US dollars cheaper than what you were offering on your vacations to go website. Yours were more expensive for the same excursion. So sorry, Hamilton, but you may want to look into that. There you have it. If you're looking for a fabulous cruise anywhere in the world at a discounted price and you have flexibility in your travel dates, you can get a whole lot more for your money by giving vacations to go a try, especially if you use the 90-day ticker. Now, if you want to find out if my gamble paid off, how my cruise went, and if the Haven turned out to be all that Hamilton told me it would be, you'll need to tune in for my upcoming review of the Haven on the Norwegian Encore, and that's coming soon to a lady well traveled. I hope you'll join me. As usual, you can reach me at Shannon at a lady well traveled. That's Shannon at aladywelltraveled.com. That's traveled with two L's. You can also refer your friends and family. I'm on all the streaming platforms, and I look forward to hearing from you if you've got a suggestion for a topic or just want to give me feedback about the show. As always, please remember that God created this beautiful world just for you. All you need to do is get out there and see it. So until next time, bye bye.